Pow. Right. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And welcome to Chinwag number 77. This is the weekly eBay reseller / that kind of thing chat with Rebecca. Zahir and Rebecca. Got confused there. Who was
Are
who?
you Rebecca?
Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
Zahir,
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, with Rebecca and Zahir, and I did it again. So welcome to.
You just want to be me today.
Yeah, I do. So welcome to the chat, guys. So for those of you that haven't been here before, but I'm sure everyone in the chat is a regular, we're just going to talk about our week, how it's been in terms of eBay, and in terms of just working from home. So like you know, just like our little vlog diary thing, a weekly diary. It's like a diary, really.
Yeah, it is.
So we can go back and be like, oh, that was a good week, or that wasn't so good, or whatever, really.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes we have a little topic.
Oh yeah, we've
And
got
I say
a topic.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes we've got a topic today.
We do today.
We're rocking a topic today. As you can see from the title, it is dealing with the eBay sales roller coaster. And I think it's always an interesting title, an interesting topic, because it's one of those things that is really difficult to get your head around. No matter how long you've been doing this, bad sales or slow sales can massively impact your mood and your belief, and we'll go into that when we get to the topic, because we're going to do all our regular stuff first. So we're going to go into the chat and say a few highs. Super duper crazy bargain hunter is watching. Ollie and I are sitting waiting. He loves watching you guys so much. That's so sweet.
So sweet.
Yeah, they shared a photo of Ollie watching. I'm not sure what he finds enjoyable, but hi Oliver. Thanks for popping in. Peter Ray is in. Thanks, Peter. At Chelsea, we have got Al's Attic as well. Karin has popped in as well, and G-Man, Stephen Bennett, Elmo STM as well. I remember that name from previously. Treasure Pirate says, hello, am I late? No, you're not.
We've only just started.
Richard Hale, Southwest Sellers with his customary good evening, Bex, Alfie and the other one. Barry Francis, Phoebe, Fin Fashion Plus. Wow, 7 p.m. already. Where has the day gone? Yes.
It runs away a lot of the time, doesn't it?
It can do, yes, it really can. It's today's been one of those days. T Ali says hi, hope you're well. Peter Cummins, Anne Hamilton, Blitz, who Simon Ryan has popped in, doing it yourself at Lifestyle. What's up, my favourite tap Fortnite junkies? Lol, you had your fix today, my friends. No, we've not played today. We're going to be playing later. Definitely. Yeah, we're going to be playing later. Mia Cameron Ali says hi as well. Thanks for popping in. Right, yeah, lots of people popping in saying hello, which is really amazing. Andrew Fieldhouse, Shop Windows, yeah, so BCP, I've seen there BCP in as well now. So welcome.
Hello.
Alian Tin Can Copper Kettle Brass Pan Fernley.
Wow.
I said it. John Clissold, Richard Payne. So welcome, guys. Appreciate so many people popping in to say hi. Really do.
Yes.
So we're going to get on with our week. You know, it's been an interesting week so far. Yeah. It's been pretty good.
It has been a good week.
Actually, we can kind of go into our sales and we can go into our topic in a way at the same time.
Yeah,
we normally
try and do a bit of both.
Yeah, what we do on a weekly basis is we will share with you guys our sales for the week, whether they've been good or bad, indifferent. We tend to just share our like PayPal 7-day sales just to show you what's going on in eBay land, right? And awesome that you remember me, Z, says Elmo. Yeah, I remember the name. Yeah, I do. Indie chick as well. And super duper crazy bargain hunter says, lol, I think it's your soothing voices. I know it's soothing. I don't think your voice is soothing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Mine might be.
Yours might be.
I don't know. Yeah, so it was a bit of a weird one, because just before we go live, or you know, we look at our PayPal sales, and I think both of our reaction was,
oh, we had a pretty good week.
Yeah, we had a good week. Yeah, I think it was on Wednesday, I shared like an Instagram post and shared it onto our reselling page like a £25 sales day.
Yeah.
And I did like a little sarcastic, haha, doing really well, poking fun at yourself, because that's what I do to make myself feel good, if you know what I mean. I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that when things aren't going well, I like to make a joke of it, because it just helps me cope with it, I suppose. And so we had a £25 day, and I was like, and lots of people resonate with posts like that. You notice, don't you? Because a lot of people are like having the same.
Yeah, some people have similar weeks.
Yeah, not everybody.
All the time. Some people
not everybody,
having better weeks. It's just one of those things.
Exactly. But it tends to resonate, because even if you're having a good week, you have no doubt had a bad week or a bad day. So it resonates, I think. And I think that when I posted that, and then the following day, so yesterday, Thursday, we had an even worse day where we did £6 on eBay the whole day.
So that'll teach you for putting down
so I was
your £20 day.
There was me mocking the £25 day. £25 day, living the life, if I remember right. Yeah. And Richard says crag hopper top of his back, and it's covered in Alfie's hair. I was taking a cheeky nap on the sofa, and Alf comes and I just cuddled with him.
With you, doesn't he?
So it was I had a real nice nap, and I've got dog hair all over me now. Southwest Seller says, agree, eBay has been a complete roller coaster this week. 8 sales last Sunday, then 1 or 2 sales a day, and 191.99 so far today. Fantastic today. You've been fighting with the cat Z hairy chest on outside today. Yeah, like I just mentioned, I was having a nap, and Alf was sleeping on top, so I was like cuddling him, and he's down here sleeping now. He's being a good boy. So that's what there was to it. Stephen Bennett says, sales have been slow for me. I've only made about 120 this month. Bear in mind, guys, it's all relative, isn't it, to what you need. When we say slow, that's the thing. It's like when we saw our sales figures, we were like pleasantly surprised. And
I think it's just because it kind of tailed off towards the end of the week. Really. It's just...
It massively tailed off.
We can share.
We will share it.
We'll show you what we mean.
And also, I think that it's one of those situations where you have to bear in mind that when you're getting whatever sales you're getting, to focus on how it's relative to your needs. So some people could live off a lot more or a lot less than other people. It's just simple, really. Comments coming in. I've seen Peter says, Givesy are going over with the debobbler, fluff remover and steamer, says Peter Cummins. Yeah, I do need all 3 of those, definitely. I will be doing that. So,
this camera really shows it up.
It does, I know, it really exposes the poor... I admit, I didn't iron this, I just took it out of the cupboard and just put it on. That's what I did, I'll admit to that. A reseller niche is in the chat as well. Hi Mo, thanks for popping in. It could be called DJ Bashy. Says BC. What were you talking about? God, I don't know.
I think it was to do with your soothing voice.
Oh right, okay. Ryan says £6. Told you that was a scam. Not even the wife can believe you. Very funny, Ryan. Then we had a £6 day the day after. So after I made a mocking Instagram on Wednesday about our poor sales, we have an even worse day, and I should have really waited till the Thursday to have made that post.
Did you hashtag eBay into the post?
I don't know if I did. I can't remember, but I shared it on our.
That was probably why.
But I shared it on the reselling. I shared it on the reselling channel as well. Iron, get a steamer. It's a life changer, says Ryan. We should do that. Simon says, I've just had my biggest week, around £950. Oh, wow. There you go. And Simon says, I've had an awful week, only done £176, and that's just sales, not profit. I mean, we only ever share sales as well, just to put that out there. We don't share profit.
That was Blitz Simon, then Simon Reed. 2 different Simons, because you said Simon.
Okay, no, there's 2 different Simons. 2 different ones. Megapixels in the chat as well. Hi there. So we'll get on to the sales figures, and then we'll just talk through it a bit. So let me just get across. We'll move us across to here. There we go. And then we will pop you guys into the other screen.
There we go.
So okay. Now we were surprised, because we had a couple of like really slow days, but our overall week is still, it sounds really good because we've done £1,800 in sales. However, bear in mind, it's graph time, guys. Yeah,
it is graph time.
But bear in mind,
we should have a little sound bite that goes graph time.
Graph time. Yeah, we should play a little. It's Shall we do, guys? What do you think? Should we start adding like Nick Abbott style sound effects during the chat, because it's silly enough as it is, right? But we can always make it. You can always make it sillier. So maybe we should have some kind of like sound effects running, like like a little silly jingle. Graph time with Z and Beck.
Yeah, maybe.
Craft time. Yeah. No?
Oh,
I don't know.
I'm the legend.
I'm the legend says hi there, mate. Megapixel says jumble sale tomorrow. Yeah, so we did have an £1,800 sale. However, bear in mind that on the beginning of the week had an £800 day, which included the got to have a graph time chime, says Peter Cummings. Bex can be the live sound effects. No need for bot. Yeah, so we did have that big £800 sales. Karen says, like the Celtic traders. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Just do a few jingles or something. It's funny.
We might play around.
Yeah, we might. I don't know. But anyway, we had the £800 day. Now, bear in mind that includes the sale of the monster truck that we had. Now, I don't know if I've shared with you guys. For those of you that don't know, I'll quickly share it again. Why not? But we sold a monster truck, which we're now fingers crossed hoping is going to remain sold and have no issues.
Yeah,
That's the other side of it.
2 of our biggest sales this week have both been delivered this week.
Yeah, so we're hoping they're going to remain sold.
Going to go through okay.
Yeah, and stay sold. That's the key, isn't it? Really, that's the key. Okay, I'll quickly share with you guys how your week can be skewed, though, right? Because that's pretty much what this week has been. It's been a skewed week in a way. I would call it. What would you call it? Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I would say it's been a skewed week. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to here. So you can see we had that £800 day. Now that day there includes this sale. Okay, so we took an offer of £670 plus £20 shipping. And this sale for this monster truck, like I said, we pretty much broke even. Actually, I think we may have taken a loss. I'm not even sure. I think it's on that border,
I
think.
When you take the eBay fees and what PayPal took and stuff like that, we made a loss on this sale overall.
Exactly.
But it was part of a haul.
Yeah. And that was, one of the sales we had this week. And then again, if we go back to this page, and you'll see again in blue, that's this year's sales. We had another big day on the 11th of April, which is a £443 day, right? So that's a £443 day. And on that day, we sold this for £400. So Ryan is going to be really upset because someone came in and swooped it. I'm guessing Ryan didn't see that the R8 had gone, but £400 plus shipping that went for. So we actually made a profit on that. So even though we bought a part for it, I think we were in it for about 280 or 270. So we made just a profit on it. Not a massive profit after you take away the the fees and everything. I mean, but it's a profit.
Thinking about this, we probably would have handled this a little bit different. Yeah. But we bought a part for it because we wanted to see it running
and play with it.
I
wanted to play with it, really.
Okay, so we bought a part for it. Yeah. Thinking back, before we had bought the part, we probably should have just sold it as it was, or even broken it down, and then we would have.
I think if we'd broken it down, we would have been way in profit. But breaking down means sitting on it for a long time. We took a small
profit on it because
to move it along.
We wanted to play with it.
Exactly.
And well, you wanted to play with it. And I didn't get to play with it.
But also, it's too fast. But also,
it's too fast.
Yeah, but also,
how can you say that?
But also,
I'm offended.
But also,
oh my goodness.
But also, if you break these things down, you do have to sit on
there.
No, you don't have to sit over there.
I think I will.
No, you don't want to do that. So this is how easily your week can be skewed. So you can see we have had 2 sales there, totaling £1,000, right? So that's £1,800 turnover for the week, but £1,000 of that is in those 2 sales.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
You could look at it that we've actually had an £800 week, which again for some people might be fine, but for us would be really borderline. we've got obviously bills to pay and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And, for two, you've got to bear in mind there's two of us now doing this, and this is where I suppose we can talk about the topic a little bit, dealing with the roller coaster. Yeah. So, let me just show you before we go. Got to show you the last couple of days. There you go.
Then we had the last couple of days.
Then we had a £93 day. Then we had no, that was 2017. There you go. We had a £25 day there, and a £6 day.
Yeah.
Today has been really good, so that's great.
Yeah.
Today so far we're on a 200 and something pound day, but that won't show until next week. I did see this. "'Tis a sad day for your household. Can we have a minute of silence, please? It's been emotional," says Ryan. I'm guessing for the Audi. But I think this neatly leads us into the topic, right? Because believe it or not, we need to make good sales every week. We need to. There's two of us here. What do you say?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think I am happy with the sales and what we're able to turn over per week, but you have to bear in mind, look, that thing feels like it's in my face. It's
meant to be, so people can hear you. Yeah.
Can't I'll move forward if it's that big a deal. Yeah,
it is a big deal. People need to hear you, right? So otherwise, what's the point,
But I think because there's two of us actually working on this full time, we need to be turning over a much higher amount, and that's why
if we did have an £800 week,
I'm really happy with this.
Yeah. But it's kind of where it needs to be as well, isn't it?
And not because the sales weeks go up and down. They differ week to week. We all know that. It's and this is our main income.
Yeah.
We don't have any other
bits and pieces now bear in mind you're losing
a little bit of Amazon.
And you're losing 15% straight away to your eBay and PayPal fees, roughly, right? Now if you've got a working capital and you're paying back 30% on that, for example, right, suddenly you're up to 45%, 50%, aren't you? So you can you can have a £5,000 month, but straight away, without even taking into consideration the cost of goods, you're half that, and then suddenly things don't look so amazing, do they? When you consider you could just get a regular job and work with a lot less stress. And I think this is where it brings in the whole situation of earlier this week, when we were having those 2 bad days, we were having conversations of maybe we should get a job.
Well, I have to say it was more me than it was you.
But the conversation happened.
Sitting there and I was like, look, we need me to go back into work and get things
just for that steadiness, because it panics you. No matter how long you've been doing this, it will panic you unless you're like mega cool, right? And I'm pretty laid back, but
I'm not so much.
But it can panic you, can't it? It can stress you out when you're doing this. And I think this is why not everyone does, work for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it massively stresses me out. I mean, you know this. You live with me, so I'm. When we have rough days, or I feel it's not where it should be, I do stress out, and I do come to you and start saying, oh no, it's all falling apart.
But that's all it takes is a couple of days for things to go wrong, and that's what happens. It can panic you, and I don't think it really matters how long you've been doing this. I mean, you will hear even the most experienced sellers question what they're doing. I mean, we've heard we listened to Scavenger Life as well with Ryan and Jay, and those guys have proven, we're unproven, right? We're still working towards our goals. Those guys are proven. They've achieved and are achieving their goals, home ownership.
The thing is, we've got some really big goals that we really, really want to achieve. And I'm not saying that it's got to happen right now, but you have to kind of see some sort of progress, I suppose. And if you don't feel like you're seeing the progress that you want to see,
it starts making you question.
It starts making you wobble and question the way you're doing
because,
it.
Like I said,
I always question
and those guys there, for example, they've got Airbnb businesses, rentals, and yet when they have really rough days as well, even they admit that they question, are they buying the right things all of a sudden? So all of this time they're doing really well and the money's coming in and things are working. But then if they have a couple rough days, even someone like them who've got proven results in front of them on how their business is working and how they are buying the right things can question what they're doing. So it's something to bear in mind, that it's actually quite a good thing to remember and to, you know, just to help you to keep strong. I mean, there you go. Ryan's like, stop this work talk filth. I mean, that's the thing. Once the smoke has cleared, you don't, you know,
I mean,
you should clarify that.
And we do, you know, we do then look at our overall monthly figures and we go, yep, it's exactly where it should be. It's growing nicely. And so we do kind of snap ourselves out of it. Yeah. It doesn't normally last long, but we do have wobbles.
Yeah.
You got to, you know, I'm going to be honest.
Adam's alternative jobs for Z, software seller, and some suggestions coming in are Z is laid back when he's napping. Blitz Simon says, I have a part-time 20-hour-a-week job as a fail-safe to top up my earnings. Peter Cummins says, tester at Dreams Superstore. Bed tester, mattress tester, yep. And Ryan says, believe in yourself, ask yourself, do you really work your ass off at this? I feel like Zig Ziglar, you know, Ziglar.
But this is the thing, this is how we end up talking to, you know, each other, and we sit there and say, we've got much more earning potential, both working at this and pushing the business forward, rather than going into another work environment, because, you know, we didn't exactly have high level jobs when we left our jobs. Yeah. So we'd be still going in at like a basic wage.
And in a way, I think that's what always reminds us that we're better off struggling at this than going and struggling with a job with a capped pretty poor wage comparatively to what you can earn on you know, in some jobs. Suffer says professional esports player. I wish, but I doubt it. And Megapixel makes a good point. I wonder how many people take into account the value of their stock to get a true idea of profit and loss. Very good point, because, you know, it's something that you have to keep track of, because you don't want it to, you don't necessarily need to do it on an item per item basis, but yes, in a way you can also take into account, if you know how much you're holding, as long as you valued it properly, in terms of, you know, unless you're talking about just the value of the stock in terms of what you paid for it, or the value that you think you will get once you sell it. So yeah. To be honest, if I lost my job, I wouldn't look for another one. I'd make it work on my own, says Simon. Yep. Adam Kelsey says, not so professional Fortnite player. Steve has popped in. Hi there. Adam says, Airbnb, my tat fills my spare room, says Adam. Daisy May says, I would advise anyone starting out to have savings of at least 6 months income as backup. I mean, that's fantastic advice, Daisy. And yes, it would help you in a massive way. But it's one of those things that, you know, for us at least, if I had 6 months money saved up because my job was paying me that well that I was working in, I'm not even sure I would have even looked into reselling, because I would be I'm one of those people, I would have been happy. The only reason I even looked into working for myself was because I got tired of my, you know, what my ability in the workplace meant I could only get a certain income, and I got tired of just knowing that that's all I can really earn. You know, that's how it felt anyway. And, you know, the money I was earning was enough to get us by, and we were paying our rent and we were paying our council tax and our bills, whatever. But it didn't really leave anything for us to actually, you know, save. Especially, I'd love to have 6 months money. And to be honest, now we're in a much better place to be able to achieve something like that. Whereas before we wouldn't have been. But yes, if you can, I wholeheartedly would love to do it that way. Peter Cummings says, you wouldn't be human if you didn't worry a bit. As long as you can think it through and deal with it, you'll be okay. And I think that's what we did, isn't it? We have our...
Yeah, we do. I mean, we talk it through. I mean, you know, I think that's why it's so great, both of us working at this, because normally when one of us is having a wobble, the other one is feeling really, really positive. So we kind of pull the other one out of the wobble.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what normally happens. We don't generally have the wobble at the same time.
Yeah.
Too, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
exactly. Forge Your Own Path says, I've really stepped up my listing lately and have been sourcing a lot less. Around 4 to 6 weeks ago, I had 500 listings. Now I'm 675, selling approximately 230 items a month. That's fantastic progress. Really and Indie Chick says, I have started to do a daily timetable of tasks. Otherwise, it will be 12 p.m. and all I've done is have breakfast and watched a heap of Insta stories. I need structure.
Do you know what? That feels a bit like this week.
Yeah.
We're still struggling to get back into our routine after the girls have gone back from half term.
Yeah.
And this is the first week they've been back at school, and we're still sitting there trying to get back into our routine, and getting our post out, and you know, just generally getting back in on top of it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to do that. I think that's a great idea. Ryan says, guys, I'm here for the journey. I can't wait to see you make it where you want to be. I've spoken to a few people now who've quit 40 to 50k a year jobs to do, they're making 5, 10k, 15k in a job. Ain't going to change your life. Very true. Adam says, if I try to save 6 months wages, I may never get started reselling. And question, how much savings did you have when you moved? Ryan asks. We really didn't have any, to be honest. We had enough to set us off for the first couple months, and that was literally all we had.
We had to hit the ground running.
Yes. It's one of those situations we just didn't have. We've still got debts from when we were working that we're working on and things like that, just to be open about it. Obviously we're paying those, we're paying our rent and the council tax, the utilities, everything, it adds up. And with 2 kids, and I know sometimes it makes it, we're not massively extravagant. I'd say we don't have a car on lease. We're driving a real awesome whip. It's got dubs, right? It from 04.
It has some issues.
It's the shizzle. I love it, but yeah, we bought it. It's our car. We don't have a lease on that or anything like that. You guys know we haven't been on holiday ever, so that's not an issue. I cut my own hair now with the wool. We're not extravagant. By the way, we're not booing either. We're just saying that this is we're in a better.
I cut my own hair.
Yeah. So exactly. Anne Hamilton says, question: what do you think about having several streams of income like most USA resellers, bulk buying, shares, property reselling? That is definitely the way to go, Anne. Yeah.
And it's definitely where we want to head more into, is having a number of incomes, eBay being one of them. So yeah, that is definitely where
I think that the very next step for us is to finally pull my finger out and take FBA seriously. Just this week, luckily on the £6 day, we had a nice little sale come through on Amazon, which we weren't expecting, because we haven't touched our Amazon in ages.
I mean, we've got a box sat here somewhere. I don't know
for ages.
It is, but we've got to send it up, and it's just been sat here.
And I think we definitely need to get serious with that, for starters. But yes, I think more incomes. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, because not. Slow sales is one thing, but what if what if eBay went down for a bit? What if you got unfairly banned? All those things, you don't want to live on what ifs, because that can scare you from doing anything at all. But it also makes sense to not have all your eggs in one basket and have a few different streams of income, I think, and that's the way to do it. I'm the Legend says, I always look at my business on a monthly basis and try not to worry about the daily sales. I always find the sales balance out. That's a very good point. I mean,
and when we look at our monthly overall figures, it's where it should be. And we're not in a position where it's dropped or anything like that. It's actually where we've been kind of regularly hitting each month, isn't it?
Peter says, question: how much salary would it take for you to go back to a normal job? I'd say it would have to be at least 6 figures now. No, it would, just because it would, you can see potential when you do work for yourself. When you work for yourself, you can see potential. If you'd said to us when we started this 3 years ago, right? If you'd said to us 3 years ago that there will be a month where after everything's cleared or whatever, you'll take 4 or 5k or whatever, we would have been like, wow, if we had that kind of money, we'd be sorted for good. But that was dream money for us on what we were earning. You got to remember, like, you know, after tax, we were maybe bringing home 1,200 quid in a month, right? Now living down in the southeast where your rent's 1,300, one of your wages gets sucked up by the rent and then some straight away, and you're not left with a lot to live on. So, you know, we've seen the potential here, right? And I think that's why it would have to be huge, and plus the job would have to be really fun. So I don't think it's going to happen. Mayor Cameron says there will always be a roller coaster in business. This is how you grow. However, in jobs you won't have roller coaster. Job earning is fixed and circumstances also remain the same. There is no growth. Perfectly put, Mayor Cameron Ali. I really appreciate that comment, because that is the facts. And Reseller Mum has popped in.
Hi.
Actually, that reminds me, because Reseller Mum's mostly on Instagram. We should mention that there is a Northwest meetup happening. On Insta. It's been mostly organised on Instagram.
And I think it's by Miss Chick Sales and is it
OB2 Jason, is it? It's going to be happening on the 28th of April in Liverpool in Browns Bar. So we're going to share something.
I believe it's from 1:30 onwards.
We'll share the link in the chat group. But it would be cool if there's anyone here that would like actually want to turn up for that. I think it's just to kind of meet up and hang out, which would be cool on a Saturday afternoon. We don't get out much, so it would be cool.
So it's going to be cool.
Barry says he cuts his own hair, would never have guessed. Okay. In this reselling business, best way to analyze yourself is yearly basis. Look what you were last year, and in that respect, we're doing really well, and we're happy. I don't
do that enough. I would do like the month. But I don't do like where we were last. On the like yearly.
And Steve says, I look at it as these are the months where I need to know I can make a wage, because I'll be fine in the other months. Not sure if I've explained that well. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it in the quieter periods, then you can definitely do it in the busier periods. I have to go, but lovely catching you live instead of catching up. Bye all. Hope those ka-chings are coming in, says Forge Your Own Path. Thank you for popping in.
Thanks for joining
Peter
us.
asks, you don't eat grass, do you? I'm not sure what you mean. No, I don't eat grass. Why? Do I look like a cow or something? I don't know. Peter says, love FBA, even though it's a lot less than eBay for me. It's nice having the two. Yeah, we want to get the two. Megapixel Zahir is really down with the lingo shizzle whip. I haven't heard sick or lit yet though. Oh, I'm sure I can.
Oh, we can work that.
I'm sure we can drop lit and fire
You've been using lit quite a lot with the girls, haven't you?
Ryan says, I love annoying the girls. Ryan says, don't be so modesty. I've seen that Honda 0 to 100 real quick. Well, 0 to 30 real quick. Love 4x4 style. Definitely.
That's how good
I've no idea what whip means. It's just me being super gangster, as I clearly am. Get a few designs on merch, could make a few extra pounds, says Ray. It's something we've talked about.
It's something that
you might do. You might do. I don't think I enjoyed it very much. Ryan says 1,800 this week is £257 a day. You only aim for 100, so you're it is good. It is good, but you're only as good as you last week, etc. I get that, but those two sales did skew these sales figures. So that's just something to bear in mind. And like I said, it's just something. You know what? It was more. We wanted to talk about this because it really doesn't take, unless you've got strong self-belief. It doesn't take much to shake it. You just need to have a rough patch. I mean, I think we're now getting to the stage where we can handle it better. I know we talked about getting jobs, like you were like, oh, okay. But considering what we went through last year and everything, and how much better we're doing overall.
Oh, we are.
And we are, we're not like saying it to like, because we're not where we need to be. So we're not saying it to like brag or anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's more just, we know we're better than last year, and that's the key thing. And, cool now, and nice as Reseller Mum. Adam says going fantastic. Lol, Northwest cool. Adam says Liverpool get ready. Evening or I'll see you there, says Adam. Fantastic. Daniel says, I'm not that far, might come along. Yeah, as many people that want to come. It's on the 28th of April. We'll mention it in the chat group. We'll share we'll share that. It was arranged on Instagram. So it will be, you know, it should be a lot of fun. I think I got interested because Beck told me they were thinking of meeting up at a pizza place. Now they've changed it to some bar, so I'm hoping there's going to be burgers there. Yeah, you know.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just saying, you know, like,
as long as it revolves around food.
As long as there's food as well. Yeah, there's got to be some food there. You know, like,
I'm sure there'll be food.
Yeah, and there's, you know, we've got to get there early so we get a seat.
I'll take you a packed lunch. How about that?
Okay. Right. I would, but I'm in the southeast, says Peter.
Oh, that's a shame.
Blitz Simon says, do you want to share transport down there, seeing as we live close to each other? We could do. It shouldn't be an issue. It shouldn't be an issue. I wonder what size lump has in what size lumps it has in his sick quip. Okay, now you've lost me with lump. And
yeah.
Do you mean like, I don't know, is that like, I don't know, is that talking about like a stack of Benjamins or something?
I don't know.
I don't know what a lump is. Karin Go says, Reseller Mum, you won't be alone when you get there. Better warn Merseyside police or Southwest sellers. Oh gosh. Simon says, hope no one else is having a bad Friday the 13th. That is a good point. I don't really you know, think about that.
I don't. I mean, I was born on a 13th day.
Ryan goes, this is good. Print off last year's turnover profit and try to beat it every year. I do this and hide it when people come round. Nosy beggars. That's a really good point. Yeah, that is a good. And that PayPal graph that we show you is perfect for that, because obviously it shows you this year, last year, and whatnot. Will you take less? Says, when sales are slow, I'm tempted to take some of the lower offers, but the voice of reason, in brackets the wife, says stick to my guns. Definitely. Al's Attic says, have your targets changed now you're both full time? Well, we've always had the same targets in terms of our long-term goals, but yes, we do expect more from, you know, the business now that we're both on it. Yeah, our aim is to at least make, you know, we want to be able to comfortably clear what we were making in our jobs, but like comfortably be better than that. That's our aim. So you know we want to be doing that. Oh, lump is engine CC. God, I'm such a noob, man. Yeah, so I've lost all credibility, gone there. I set myself daily targets, says shop windows, 2 pints of lager, bucket of porridge, and a large ginger-haired woman and a song. Wow, okay. Indie Chick says, having support from the reselling tribe is priceless when sales are slow. To those who give me support regularly, true diamonds. Yeah, I mean, it is very, very helpful. And I'm the Legend says, merch can be fantastic second income, but it's becoming more competitive by the day. Yeah, you've got to be on it, haven't you, really? And it's something that you'd have to be on. Strong self-belief, shake Bex if she mentions that job centre again. Yep. Adam says there's food in Liverpool, Z, don't worry. I know there's food in Liverpool.
I know, it's just like you're talking like there's going to be nothing to eat. It's like, seriously.
As a reseller, we need to consider having items in our eBay shops which are impulse buying items. In that way, there will always be some sales every day. Very true.
That's a good way to see it, actually. Yeah.
You definitely need to have that going for you. But also, like I said, I think we want to make sure that we have extra streams of income, at least FBA going. I'm fed up of now just, you know, talking about it. And like today, we've had a solid day, so it's everything's hey again, you know. Steve has popped in. Hi, Steve. Just nipped in. And Sandis 8100 says, hi from Vancouver Island, Canada, the wet coast. It's so awesome when you get someone from Canada come into the chat. Oh, I want to visit Canada.
You always get excited.
I know, I just love Canada. I've never been. Yeah, I had this like cool Mountie t-shirt on, and the lady was like, oh, you know, at the supermarket checkout, she was like, oh, you've been to Canada? I used to live there. And I was like, no, I just have the t-shirt. So sad. True.
So bad, actually.
Lots of people saying hi to Steve. Yeah, I was chatting to Steve earlier.
Yeah.
And Alia's popped in as well. Hi, Alia. No need to be sorry. No need to ever be sorry. Ryan says, have you ever FOMO into a deal? Buzzword, lol. FOMO into a deal. What do you mean, like fear of missing out, like of a deal? We did have like an unfortunate moment this week. It wasn't really a deal though, but I had like one of those unlucky moments when we went to the charity shop and we.
Oh yeah.
Not really. I tend FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't tend to do that. I think I'm pretty good when it comes to keeping cool about getting deals. I'm just pretty cool. Yeah.
Because we were sourcing for the
this is
fridge
different
battle, weren't we?
Yeah. Yes,
on
we
Wednesday.
were. And
this is when you saw that item.
There was a lady at the till already paying, so I didn't lose it. It's just when I came in, she'd already had it.
Yeah, it wasn't like you were looking at it or anything like that.
But we were a
She just
minute
had
late.
it in
We were a minute late,
already.
weren't we? Yeah. But she had this sick old school vintage chess set called like Senator, and it could have been, depending on the brand, if it's the Mephisto one, it could be worth hundreds of pounds. And I think she paid like $3.99 for it, and I was just like, oh my god, I wish I hadn't seen it at all. By the way, I just want to pick Ryan up. He says, question, was Beck salty with a £6 buzzword? I tell you what, salty is a very commonly used term in the fighting game community and in gaming in general, but especially in the fighting game community, salt's used all the time. So we know what you're talking about there, which is good. Tap Peddler says, Facebook Marketplace has been good for me for extra revenue in addition to eBay. £60 from that today from a cross-listed eBay listing. Oh, see, okay. I mentioned this to you as well, didn't I? Like, why aren't we also putting some of this stuff on local? But you know, I don't know. We get picky about. Be honest with you, we get picky about things, and I don't know. Having people come over and stuff.
Do you know what? We're really rubbish at waiting.
We won't even do a car boot sale.
You won't do a car
boot sale. I won't even do a car boot sale.
And then I won't, because I'll just be left at the store while he walks around the boot sale. So
Sandy says, I went to visit England. I have family there. Peter says, just pretend you're a Canadian, have a go at the accent. No, I'm not. I'm not doing the old A and all that stuff. I'm not doing it. I love. Tracy says, hello, wasn't sure I was going to make it. Can you believe it's snowing still in Michigan?
No
wow.
Way.
Well, that is epic.
Yeah.
So, right, Tracy. Hi, blimey, America's different for weather. It is crazy. Yeah. Haha. But you never know, eh? No, don't do that, Sandy. No. I love the accent. South Park obviously is very stereotypical.
Oh, Treasure Pirate is saying my 11-year-old son says salty all the time.
Yeah, salty. Yeah, salty is very common in that kind of thing.
It is.
So, you get a special a different level of specialness on Facebook Marketplace as Indie Chick. I mean, it's one of those things. It would frustrate me to deal with that. I mean, I'm not a fan of having to wait in. We get fed up just waiting in for parcels, to be honest. We don't even like to have parcels waited on, do we, to be honest with you? It's just not a cool thing. Andy says, I want to leave England, I have family. That's quite funny.
I just want to pick out Adam Kelsey. How's the booth? Sorry, wrong string.
How's the booth? Where's that wrong string?
Ads.
Yeah, the booth. Oh yes.
Normally in ads' chat, isn't it?
Yeah, the booth. Yes, the booth. Shelsterini says, hello everyone. I know the special you're talking about. Okay, you've had experience of Facebook. Selling on Facebook. Don't get me started on Facebook Marketplace. Had a rant on Facebook chat group page, says Richard. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know, it could well be worth it. If you exclusively deal in, or if you mostly deal in like larger items, then it's going to be worth the hassle, isn't it? But I don't know, I suppose
I'm just not very good at waiting in for people.
Waiting for people sucks, man.
I just don't like it.
Yeah, you just don't like it.
Yeah. That's because then all of a sudden I just want to go out.
Yeah,
I just like, why do I have to be here?
I don't like waiting.
I could be like working from home, like just working, and it's a normal day, and I'm just working. But as soon as I realise someone's got to come to the house, I'm like, I've got to go out somewhere. I don't know why.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It just makes you...
I feel like I've got to go out.
I don't like feeling like we have to be at home. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Tracy says, so a car boot, like a yard garage sale, for instance, would you have one outside your flat? I thought they were at churches and large fields. Yes, Tracy, they tend to be in large fields.
They do, yeah.
They're called car boots because a bunch of cars will drive into a field, open their boot, which is their trunk to you guys, and so everyone arrives at this field, and we go around the cars and looking for stuff, and people put all their stuff on tables.
Yeah, and the jumble sales tend to be held
indoors.
in like the village halls. And,
village halls. That's right. Yeah. Yard garage sales are a bit different. We don't tend to have them over here where you go from house to house.
But has been like more and more recently, like the jumble. Is it the jumble trail?
Yeah,
where people are starting to do those outside their homes, like the streets are kind of doing bits and pieces. But again, I don't think it's like massively over here yet.
Okay. Yes, waiting and then they don't showing up, says Sandis. Yes. Okay. We've got a question from Chelsea Rooney. If anyone saw the Facebook group comment about the neg left for someone over packaging, that's the sort of special you get. Yeah, someone on the Facebook chat group got left a negative feedback because they used recycled cardboard box.
Way.
Yes, they used the wine box, and we've used wine boxes so many times. Yeah, terrible.
We do that quite often.
And Tap Peddler says, I just cross-list anything that is higher value or ideal for pickup. Yeah, you could meet like Steve and Steph do at Starbucks if you don't want them at your house. Definitely. Ryan says, where is our 10% discount today? Was it a one-off? No, it's active. It's we just haven't shared it on this description. I'll add it. Yeah. And Mia Cameron Ali has super chatted £2. Thank you. Says great show.
The 10% discount is always running.
Yeah, it's always running now. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in there. But just big shout out to Mia Cameron Ali. Thank you very much for the £2 super chat. So he says, great show. Hoping for better weather for car boots.
Thank you.
Oh, I've got to say, I was looking at a photo of one of our old favourite car boots down south.
Yeah, it hasn't even started up yet,
yeah, normally it starts up in now. It would have been going now, but the field is so soaked. It's so damp, it's so wet that they now having to delay it until May. So yeah, I really do hope that we get this kind of heat wave or hot spell that we're expecting. Are we expecting some like 20-degree temperatures? Alia says, I know, Bex, what you guys mean. You feel like you're trapped because you now have a reason to not do the things you want to do. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Guys, I need some advice. I just bought a load of stuff from some guys clearing a house. How can I fence? Sell the stuff. I don't know, Adam. I'm sure you'll be able to figure that out. Very funny. Charles Seruni says, a friend of mine suggested a jumble trial, and everyone in my return turned their noses up. Yeah,
I've not seen many of them, to be honest.
I think I'm pretty sure that the website was closing as well, unless someone's bought it. Yeah, someone shared ages ago that they're closing.
Okay, come on in. I'll jump.
So
Say
yeah,
go on then.
Okay. I waited 2 hours, says Indie Chick, for someone to collect an item on Facebook who kept texting me he was 15 minutes away. He either could not understand time or was messing me around. He didn't turn up. That's horrible.
Yeah, that's just frustrating. That's my like worry with it all. Is like the messing around.
Yeah.
That just...
Peter Cummins says, "Where's that Z Rusper?" No, it wasn't. It was peas. Peas pottage. Yeah. That one of my favourites. That was. I love going there. It was super competitive and busy, but it was fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Always a queue. In the morning.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Blitz Simon says, Tapper says, I got neutral feedback today saying great seller, bad delivery driver. Since when can I control Hermes delivery drivers? Yeah, you'll be able to get that removed, I'm sure, because that's out of your control. That's out of your... Blitz says, I use recycled packaging, but I would never use alcohol related packaging because you never know if you're delivering to a recovering alcoholic, says Blitz. That's a good point, actually, but I mean, it's not like you normally tape over the alcohol box. So if you're sending in a wine box, the chances are it's going to be caked in brown tape anyway from where you've made sure that it's secure. So I don't really see that as an issue, to be honest. personally. Shelster Rooney says car boots flooded, it hurts, same here. Yeah, that's terrible. I think that's that is bad this year. Hopefully we'll get some warm weather and it will happen. This weekend will be good weather, and next week Wednesday will be in the high 20s. Boot sales finally, says Alia. Yeah, that is fantastic news if that's going to happen. Sibk says, I've never fancied boot sales, too much FOMO. Boot sales are great. Yeah. Okay. On a serious note, I did get about 200 autographed film star photographs from the 20s onwards, plus some vintage Kodak cameras from a house clearance, says Adam. That is fantastic. Okay. Luckily my car boots are both hard standing, says Southwest Sellers. Yeah, it's always good for, you know, different you know, having different options. Nick and Andrew actually put out a really great video, didn't they, about 10 tips for car boots.
Yeah, we were watching this one.
Yeah, really good video. I know it's like, you know, something that a lot of people are just gonna, you know, already know some of that stuff, but it's a nice reminder in a way. And one of their tips was actually about the researching what's available around you, and, you know, making sure that you make that right decision. So, you know, and they actually mentioned something about that, didn't they? Like, you know, you could be in a car boot in a field where there's like one other car whilst there's another car boot going on, which is a lot better. So yeah, I think it's good to have a range of car boots on your radar. So we know, for example, if the weather's really bad, we can drive over to Clitheroe, and that's going to be running. Yeah,
which is more, well, it's got an indoor and outdoor section, hasn't it? So there'll definitely be the indoor section. Exactly. So yeah, that's something that's worth doing. And Shelsaruni says, wine boxes are the best because they're strong enough to carry bottles. Very true. Yeah. It really, I think that's a good fact. Yeah, just before you make sure you take the wine out, says Simon Mitchell. Okay. Ray's waiting for the dog to fart. Yeah. He's not going to.
Oh.
We've changed his food.
Yeah.
He's not going to.
It's been a revelation.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. It just goes to show that even though the food is grain free, just be careful
the brand
what you're using.
It's well worth.
We've changed it for how many weeks now? About 3 or 4 weeks.
We've had
it's such a massive improvement.
It is a bit. I know this isn't reselling related, and we're not going to talk about it because people might be eating, but it's had positive impacts.
Yeah, we're not going to go into that because look at the time. Okay, so it's an awesome food.
Awesome food, and it's had really good impact in both
that's it.
The expulsion of gas
where you mean
and the other side. It's just easier to pick up, right?
So here.
Wait, I'm just saying. Okay. All right.
But it has.
Yes. Okay. Gary says, I all hope everyone is doing okay. Thanks for popping in, Gary. Right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Resale Mum says, I think it has missed the Thatcher, etc., but needs must. More time doing, less time talking about it. Oh, was this because Resale Mum took like some time off of
Insta? Yeah.
Well, is she back now then?
I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't seen her back on there yet.
No. Really? Oh, that's a shame. Embarrassed to admit how much more productive I am without it. No, I don't think so. Just need to work out a happy medium. Oh yeah. For those of you that don't know, Reseller Mum is quite normally an avid Instagram user, from what you've told me as well, and I've seen obviously she puts the daily stories and things out, and she went on like an Insta ban. She Insta banned herself, and has done really well. You know, she's in terms of her productivity by the looks of it. So that is a brave move, but you know, that is pretty cool to be able to do that. You should do that anyway. So true, Beck, says Karin, and Ray says bad move, nobody to blame it on now. Is it a secret food? You can name it, don't be shy. No, it's not a secret food. It's a regular food, but it's just really...
Oh, what one is it? It's James...
Well Beloved or something. Well Beloved.
Well Beloved.
Yeah, he's got a funny name. Well Beloved. Yeah.
And
the food is epic.
It's just made a massive difference.
He doesn't do that anymore, and the other stuff, everything is good. Everything is good.
He still smells because he needs a bath. But
Barry says, sorted out the dog. Now Bex just needs to sort out Z. Guys, I'm eating katsu curry. Less of the expulsion chat.
Exactly. See.
Reseller mum rip Instagram, says Ryan. Nearly 5 weeks without it. Wow, 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Jeez, that's really good example to everyone, really, isn't it? No, but we don't want people to just go off of YouTube and stuff, and no one will watch us. Keep on watching. Ooh, yes, do that thing. No, did that work?
Did that work?
I don't know. Okay. Nearly 5 weeks, yeah.
Oh, Blitzer said just check the moonwalk total, almost at 700.
Oh, well, yes, we should mention we got our
walk the walk packs this week.
Yeah, we did. We went out for a 14-mile walk yesterday, which was really... I think I've recovered pretty well. I'm a bit achy, but not as bad as last time. I've got some issues that I...
Just don't, we're not going to do that. Okay, so walking,
It's chafing.
Do you know what?
It's chafing. I'm going to say it. I need to tell people. It's chafing. It's a real problem.
Why did you have to go there?
I don't know.
Why can't you just...
Because it's a real... Someone might have a tip. Obviously you can use Vaseline.
Okay.
That's my issue. That's not Rebecca's issue. But
No, I mean, I didn't actually feel... I felt the pace was really, really good this week.
Yeah.
I've been really happy with it. Only issue is walking into the road that we live on, I actually pulled my ankle. So I'm in actually quite a lot of pain.
Literally walking back on our street. Yeah. But she didn't notice it until like an hour after we got in.
I got into the house and my foot just was swollen. So I've been in a lot of pain since yesterday. But it's really frustrating because we're meant to be walking with Nick and Andrea on Monday.
Hopefully that's definitely still going to happen.
I want it to
You're
happen.
You're going to rest
So
the foot,
I am trying to keep a lot of weight off of my foot. I'm trying to kind of rest up. So because it's the last chance we get to do a long walk together. Like just to see whether our paces are kind of similar, and I mean, looking at the data, we're pretty similar with Nick and Andrea, aren't we?
Yeah, it'll be nice. I think we can keep a steady pace. As a team, which is brilliant.
So
Brian says, "Get your bronzy," and Karen has super chatted £2. Thank you, Karen. Thanks for all the help and advice, especially the WWE belt. 2 sold. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Karen. Really appreciate it. Nice. I'm glad that the international shipping has worked. No, Ryan, you're wrong. Cycling shorts.
Yeah, see, I suggested that
cycling
something
shorts,
similar, didn't I?
I think I might. Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. It's not to do with that, Ryan. For God's sake, Shelster says overshare.
Exactly. That's why I like to rein him back in, but he just doesn't listen.
3-in-1 oil or WD-40. It's not that kind of a problem, guys. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. This is your doing. Do you not see this?
I couldn't help it. I've got some advice,
Yeah.
So it's good. It's good. You got thunder thighsy. Well, yes, Barry. That's just it. Thunder thighs. My thighs are definitely wider than they should be. I was actually going to say more vlog vid soon, says Peter Ray. Sib K says the number of Z and Beck's vlog videos is too damn low. If Casey Bristly can do it, you should be able to, says Sib K. What happened to Sibubus? Yeah, he's been Sibubus K in some videos, in some chats.
Oh.
Yeah, Sib K again. # nosy gear. It should be a problem, says Ryan. I got an all-in-one cycling suit with a padded butt, if you're interested to see, says Karen. It's time to stop wearing your Action Man wife. See, I think that's the issue. I think that's the issue. Oh, is this? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
You sure? You sure? Can you breathe?
Yeah, I'm fine. I think I might just leave and let you finish.
Why? Why would you leave?
Oh dear. It's just
Z, does it make your voice go high? No. Oh gosh.
Oh man.
And Barry says he doesn't need the padded bar. That was a good one, Barry. Oh gosh.
Oh man.
Ray asks, Fortnite streaming later? Yes, we will do.
Yeah, we will.
Or are they Star Wars ones? Wear them leggings for... I'm not wearing leggings for men. No.
See, that was my suggestion.
No, I'm not wearing... Is that what they're called? No. I'd rather just carry like a tub of Vaseline with me.
Jason was asking how the proof battle went.
It went really,
it was really
well.
Awesome,
yeah, it went really well.
It?
I've got to say, it was so cool meeting Casey Rockstar Flipper.
He seems so lovely.
Yeah, seemed epic.
Really
yeah,
lovely.
Really nice guys.
Yeah.
It was Casey actually won it just at the end. But it was so much fun. I mean, you don't take it super serious, those things, you know. It's good fun.
It is good fun. It's good fun. It was nice to be asked for you to do it and take part in it. And it
Ryan
was
says
like,
talc powder, take 5 bottles on the walk with you, poor. Yeah, exactly. I think that I'd rather do that though than wear meggings. I think. You know, you'd see all the you know, you don't want to see all that. Z was robbed on Drift Battle, says Adam. Beck, you definitely need to distance yourself from this chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm just, you know, I might in the description I might just put I have no part in the last 10 minutes of the chat. This was here.
Yeah. Z Kardashian.
And Blitz, the channel where the Thrift Battle is on, it was on Bonafide Hustlers channel.
When I used to run, I wore compression leggings, very comfortable, says Barry Francis. I'm going to have to look into something, definitely.
You are.
Yeah, because we can't continue.
Because the thing is, as soon as you're doing the longer walks...
Yeah, it's happening.
I don't really want to talk about it, to
but
be quite honest.
It's a real issue, you know?
Yeah.
You know, athletes like myself suffer this. I'm an athlete now, right? Of some kind. No, not really. Do you know what? I feel sick because I ate a bag of Kettle Crisps and a big bag of you know, squashies. What are they called?
Yeah,
the squashies, like drumstick squashies. Yeah. I feel sick. Shouldn't have done that. It was like a family-sized sharing bag.
And he ate 3 custard donuts.
And I ate 3 custard cream donuts as well. I feel really sick now. Can you believe? Well, yeah, it's probably quite believable. Yeah. Anyway,
and then I served him up his dinner, and he was like, "I feel really sick. I don't think I can eat this." And I was like,
I ate it though. I did eat dinner as well. So now I've got dinner as well, and yeah, it's all going on.
Not a good day. Yeah.
No.
Good day. Anyway,
I'm not borrowing Beck's ties. Yeah. Thank you everybody. Really do appreciate the comments.
We do.
The bants in the chat. It's all the burgers, he says, Peter A. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the late night burgers will stop now.
Yeah, they're going to stop. Yeah, it's going to stop. Yeah, I really appreciate all the chat, all the bants in the chat. We absolutely love it. You guys are fantastic. It makes doing this Friday chat a lot of fun for us. We look forward to it so much. Hope you guys enjoyed
Ryan,
it.
That's not even going to get read out.
If you did enjoy the chat, please click the thumbs up, leave a comment. We really appreciate it. It helps out. And we will be seeing you guys in the next video. So thank you everybody for watching. And we'll see you next time.
Yep. Bye.